it hits different when you actually pick up that camera. Like, now that I picked up this camera, it's getting dangerous, because now I'm back in my own space and I'm just speaking my thoughts freely, right? And I'm picking up right where I left off. Where I left off was I was teaching. I forgot for a while. You know what happens when life starts to pull you in all these different directions and you start to get distracted, and mainly through your emotions and thoughts, which this system is constantly pulling and tugging on your emotions, constantly feeding you bad news, constantly feeding you all this negative stuff. When you start to get distracted by all of that, you start to take a whole different route, right? You start to take a whole different route, and that is where life be handed to you. And I promise you, you don't have to stay there. That's the one thing that I had to remind myself. Wait a minute, I don't have to stay in this push and pull, this tug of war, this confusion, this feeling of uncertainty. My lesson's just done. Yeah. Whatever lesson I was supposed to learn for the season is done, and I can keep harping on it. I can keep reminiscing. I can keep trying to fix. I can keep doing all of the things that I can do, but I'm not going to do that, because the lesson is learned. The lesson is done. Now the wisdom is deeply encoded in me, and I can use that going forward. I don't need this lesson again. It's done, right? So you have to learn to be done. But your emotions will tell you to do something different. Your emotions will tell you to think on it some more, debate about it, I don't know, question it, break it down some. But you've already done that like 100 times. You've already done that like 100 on top of 100 on top of 100 on top of 100. That's 400. You've already done that multiple times. The lesson's done. The lesson is learned. It's over. And because where we're at right now as a society, it's done on a grand scale. Do you think that there's any possibility, come on, stick with me, do you think there's any possibility that we as a society can go back to pre-COVID quickly? Hell no. That is proof right there that on a grand scale, on a grand level, it's done, baby. It's over with. We're in a whole new. And within this new, because everybody's our 100% authentic self and we cannot run away from ourselves, who are you going to decide and choose to be? The people who are still stuck in your past, I'm telling you, baby, you are light years behind. You have to let go of what was. It's going to be hard. It's going to take you regulating your hormones and getting your health together and stop consistently doing the bad habits. You know what I mean? No one's perfect. Sometimes you got to save it for the weekend, baby. In the weekend only. Sometimes you start to realize the more that you're eating better and sleeping better and less stress and have the right people in your life, you won't even need that shit. You don't even want to do that shit. You'll start to see why you were doing it in the first place. But you have to make a change. Like, you have to make a change. That's the only way out, is changing. I'm not holding on to lessons that are already learned. What good will that serve me? And lessons that are learned are, I'm not going to continue to eat this thing that I know is making my body sick. Especially right now, where none of us, have stable health care. None of us have reliable hospitals. None of us have nurses and doctors who aren't burnt the fuck out. I mean, burnt out to, like, in ways that people with other jobs, y'all don't even get it. You'll think that you're tired. They're burnt out. I mean, at full capacity, and they had to go home to families. Oh my God. We have to take control of our identities. I know that sounds so small. That sounds so small compared to where we are, but it's really not. It's actually a big deal. Is that identity is a huge deal. Who are you? What do you stand for? What do you stand on? What do you stand against? Like, it's not about being holier than thou. It's not about saying, well, you're doing this, so you're not right here. You're doing this, so you're not right here. It's simply about living in alignment with the truth. If you know that you're deserving of everything that you're deserving of, act like it. Treat yourself like it. Make the changes that make sense, that show that you mean it. Not to anybody else. Fuck that. I mean this. As we talk about how to come together collectively, let's focus on an individual level, right? You can trust me. I'm a Cancer queen. I know how to take care of myself. On an individual level, you need to say fuck all of that right now and assess what it is that you need. I need you to do a full body scan of what it is that you need. How it is that you can better take care of yourself. So then we can start talking business as a society. But I know that I can't have a person who's sick on my team. I just can't. I can't have a person who's sick on my team. I can't be sick and be on a team. So especially right now, we should be paying attention to what we're taking into our very spirit and what we're taking into our very soul. Because we cannot afford to not tell the truth. We cannot afford to get lost in the sauce of other people's visions and ideas and intentions and motives and whatever it is that they have going on. You cannot get lost in that. You cannot get lost in that. And if you are not sober, you're not thinking straight. And I'm not just talking about weed and alcohol and drugs. I'm talking about if your high is taking in constant negativity, you got to get sober, baby. You got to get sober, baby. If your high is self-isolation, oh baby, you got to get right. You got to get right. So it's not just about the physical things. It's also about the things that are affecting our physical, right? Our body's breaking down from all of the medication that we're on because we cannot stop doing X, Y, and Z, because we refuse to let go of said person that's raising our stress levels, that's causing literal chronic illness. There's no other way out than to change. That is what we have to do. Each and every one of us. That is our personal responsibility. And it is our collective responsibility to help each other do so. If I understand where you're at, I can support you as you begin to understand where you are at. If I'm a person who don't want to deal with you because I am on a different level, not better, not more superior, not higher than, not holier than thou, I am on a different level of understanding within my personal journey, I cannot help you and I will not help you because you are not my people and you are going to slow me down, and I deserve to be around people that understand that. And you should feel the same way, and you're going to feel the same way the more that you make these changes. But you have to first make the changes. There is no way of circumventing that. There's no way. There's no way. I'm telling you that there's no way. That's the one thing I am certain on. I don't tell people a lot of stuff that's like, I'm telling you, but I'm telling you that. I would put money on that. I would put money on that for sure. For sure. I don't remember how I started this, but it's about how you finish it. And what I am saying is we need to change as a society, and we are heading there. We are heading there. This isn't meant to sound preachy. It's more so to sound the alarm, right? To tell people all hope is not lost. There are people out there that think like you and feel like you and that have simple solutions. And if you listen to them, you will see the outcomes. And I'm not a perfect person. I'm still working on me every single day. I'm still finding myself every single day. I'm still working out the crinks and the crinks and the oops. Like I fuck up too. A player fuck up too, for real. Like sometimes when you slip, you be like, ooh, I did that. And then it's like the biggest learning experience to help you move forward. Because if that wouldn't happen, you wouldn't even saw it that way. You wouldn't even saw yourself that way. Oh, I see myself. Okay. Pivot, change, grow, evolve, move forward. And that's what we're doing as a society. I believe in us. And I do mean that. I believe in us. I don't always want to be in the mix. It's nothing personal. It's just, I need alone time to be me, to be this, to be this. I need to be alone sometimes. And I know when I'm ready to share me with the world, but get out in the nature, get out in the nature, get out in the nature.